Book of Memes has now officially made the move that we talked about in the last video. But as it has started to make this move, some things have started to pop up that are making me a little bit nervous. And in today's video, we're going to go over exactly what those things are, what they mean for my strategy, and how I'm feeling about Book of Memes. So with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. Now, for a quick recap, in the last video, we talked about the fact that Book of Memes made an extremely mature move for its price, one that's unusual for a crypto this new. I said the fact that its price was able to break through this descending channel like this, come back down, find some support on this 618 to 786 Fibonacci zone, use that support to retest that descending channel, put in the inverse head and shoulders, build into the resistance, and prepare for what looked like a breakout was extremely mature and extremely, again, unusual for a crypto of this nature. But that's exactly what it did. And I told you all in that video that if it did two things, that I would be buying it and adding it to my portfolio. And well, those two things have happened. The first thing that I wanted to see was that its price was capable of breaking this descending resistance that it was stuck within. As you of course know, this descending channel could have just continued downwards, forcing its price to the downside, and I obviously don't want to be a part of that. But what I told you was that's not enough. I want to see it be able to clear a recent micro high, at least to show that it can gain a little bit of bullish momentum. So what I said was, okay, at the time we were still about right here. I said if it's capable of breaking this 0.0123 level and it's capable of breaking this descending resistance, that I would be adding it to my bag, because then that does open up some doors for it to make a rally to the upside. And what you can see here is that is what happened. It cleared this 0.0123 level. It did break above this resistance, come back test it, use that support to then really break to the upside, putting our position in profit, making us a decent sized gain off of that little move that it made. But the question then becomes now, well, what happens next, right? I've now added it to my portfolio. I know I'm a proud Bome or a Bome owner, right? But what happens next? That's the question. And my opinion is that things are actually getting a little risky. Let me explain. The reason things are getting a little bit risky is because of the structure it's created on this breakout. Structurally, what you can see is that it is now looking and facing an ascending channel. Now, you might think, well, ascending channel is a good thing, right? It's putting in higher highs and higher lows. That's what you would think, but not so much. What generally happens here a lot of the times, especially within the world of crypto, is that these descending channels will break to the downside. You'll have a downtrend, ascending channel, and then eventually a break to the downside, possibly a continuation of that downtrend. And what you can see is that Book of Memes itself has done that on multiple occasions. Look at this, right? Downtrend, ascending channel, break to the downside, right here, right? You see that descending channel? This one broke to the downside. Same thing here. This ascending channel, I don't know if I just said descending, but I meant ascending. Ascending channel right here, broke to the downside. And the reason why I'm getting a little bit nervous is because now we're putting in another one just on a little bit of a bigger scale. And because that is the case, and knowing the type of resistance we have above it, I've now become aware that Book of Memes might not make the continuation just yet to the upside that I was hoping it did. You know, there is still a chance that it does. We're in a bull market, and you never know what can happen. This thing might just absolutely follow this trend all the way up and find that 0.02 level, right? Find that 2 cent level. That's possible. Or it might use this support and just go straight up out of this thing, say screw you to the bears, say I don't care what the structure says, and make that move. It's a meme coin. That's also possible. But statistically, that's not what is the most likely. And now, knowing that we have these resistance levels above us, knowing that we're currently sitting at the 618 to 786 Fibonacci zone from this little move right here, right? Finding resistance there, knowing that even after we break that, we have the macro resistance then above that, knowing that, I'm getting a little bit concerned to some degree that we might see Book of Memes consolidating down here a little bit longer, or maybe even pulling back to the downside before looking to eventually make that move to the upside. And so there is a chance that the buy that I just did goes a little bit negative. Again, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm saying maybe this is a 65% chance of happening. There's still a 35% chance that Book of Memes does continue upwards and my buy remains positive. So I'm not sitting here warning everyone, telling everyone to sell. That's not what I'm doing. But what I am saying is that knowing how statistically this has played out before in the past, I am preparing myself for the fact that Book of Memes might pull back or might consolidate to the downside for a little bit longer, and it could be a bit of an extended period of time before it really does try to make a rally to the upside, which, you know, in that situation could be a couple weeks, maybe even a couple months, depending on what the liquidity cycles for Solana looks like and for its ecosystem. Now, because of that, I am actually not going to be buying anymore. I wanted to dollar cost average in a little bit more. I wanted to buy into this position, but just knowing the risk at this given point, I'm happy with the size of the purchase that I made. I think it's decent sized enough. And if it does, make the right move to the upside, right? If it flips this previous point of resistance into some support, it might continue straight upwards, get out of this ascending channel, and not give a crap what this structure typically does. That would be amazing because, again, I'm holding it. I want to see that happen. So before you think I'm spreading negativity, understand I want to see this thing go upwards because I now have bias because I'm a bull on the thing, because I hold the thing. But at the end of the day, like I mentioned, I can't ignore statistics, and statistically, this might not be going straight up like I hoped it would. It might be consolidating or breaking to the downside first, looking for the higher low, then eventually making that move to the upside. But of course, we would just have to monitor it and watch it as it does play out. And so today's video was just a little bit of a cautionary tale, telling you that you need to be maybe not aping in right now, maybe kind of relaxing, just monitoring it, watching it, allowing it to play out as it needs to before just going absolutely apeshit, buying as much of it as you can. Now, if you are buying as much of it as you can and it does go straight up, if it takes the 20 to 30% route and just breaks straight out of this thing, well, blessed be to you and blessed be to me. We're all going to make a lot of gains. That's the best case scenario, but my goal here is to always bring you the most likely scenarios and how I'm preparing for them so you can be as prepared as possible. And so with that said and with that in mind, I hope you guys do enjoy these videos. If you do, please let me know down in the comments below. What I've come to realize is when you guys do comment on the videos telling me your favorite Solana meme coin or what you're investing in, it helps the videos go further faster. So I would really appreciate it if you did that. And if you are new to the channel, subscribing to the channel if you liked today's video. But with that in mind, of course, I will see you all a little bit later in the next video, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.